SAM3D just came out that lets you turn almost any image to 3D models. It's great for different applications like object reconstruction, body pose and shape estimation, scene reconstruction, and real-world 3D perception. Let's go ahead and take a look at how these models work for 3D objects as well as human bodies. So the first example we're going to be looking at here is this image of perfumes on a table. So the way it works is you go ahead and click the object that you want. So they give you some guides here in this playground on what to do. But once you click it, you could click on a different point, which is your seed. And then once you do that, there's a button down here that says generate 3D, and we could see the 3D model generating. This is all happening in real time, so you can see the performance. So first starts off with a point cloud, which has disappeared for a second, and then it adds the mesh. So you can see this is a render of this perfume bottle that we see here. You could left click your mouse to rotate it, but you can see that it did a pretty good job in figuring out what's behind the object. We can also take a look at another example. So one thing I always like to try is with clear objects. So if we go ahead and we could add another object here, and we could click on this one right here with the clear object. So in the past, when we did 3D reconstruction with images, there's models that work well with transparent surfaces and some that don't. So let's go ahead and see how this transparent one works. You can see, again, this is all happening in real time, very fast performance. And let's see how it looks. Okay, so you can see that this is like a kind of like a hexagonal type of shape, and you can see it was able to make that interpretation. So everything looks pretty good. We could go ahead and look at some more complicated examples. If you're new here, my name is Kevin, and I've been doing robotics and AI for 10 plus years and have lots of resources on my channel. I also have a master's robotics and AI bundle, as well as a robotics project bundle. Go ahead and check it out at kevinwoodrobotics.com. So I'm going to go ahead and test out this living room example. So we're going to first choose a couch here. And I like this couch because it's covered by some objects on the seat with pillows. So part of it is occluded. So it'd be interesting to see if the model can make some sense of parts that it can't see. So I'm going to go ahead and generate the image and see how it does specifically in this area. And you can see it's rendering in real time. And just within a few seconds, we have a 3D model. You can see this 3D model is quite accurate. I would say it did a pretty good job of the overall scale and proportion of this model. If we look at the bottom too, it even figure out the feet of this model of the sofa. So that's actually quite impressive. And all the feet here you can see is actually quite uniform, and the height seems to be reasonable as well. So let's go ahead and try another object here. So right here on the left, we have this other tiny table that they're using for these plate of fruits. Let's go ahead and generate this and see how this looks. You can see a lot of this is covered too on the top, and part of the view here is blocked. We don't really know how that part looks like. So let's see the prediction that I made. You can see that I interpreted to be this shape, which seems to be somewhat reasonable from what I see in this image. And you can see the bottom two assume that there's 4 feet here, which is also reasonable. If we look at the overall location of the two relative to each other, I would say the heights are similar. Maybe one seems to be a little bit higher, but overall, I would say the overall flatness of it is not too bad. Yeah, maybe just slightly higher. I'm not sure. It seems like maybe one of the feet could be higher, but besides that, I would say overall the roundness of this part seems to be pretty good. Another trickier one I'm going to try out right now is the plant. So the plant is largely covered, so I would be very curious, what kind of prediction it would make for this plant here. If I move myself, you can see a little bit better, but we have a plant here, right? So we're going to go ahead and see how this plant looks. So if I generate 3D, we get to see how the plant render will look like. And you can see right here, it's kind of a floating plant, which makes sense because a lot of it is blocked. It doesn't actually make any predictions here of how it's touching the floor, but as far as the part that we can see, I would say the details of the leaves here is very impressive in terms of how realistic it looks, and it looks like it could be a real plant from this scene, at least the part that we see. Probably needs some work in terms of the base, and I think that's just due to, needing more images or more view of the image to make a better prediction. So one more thing I'm going to try is this bottom carpet here. So this will really test the flatness of the model, how well it does with flat objects, which is something previously a lot of the models struggle with, finding alignment with flat surfaces. So if we look here, we get to see how this carpet works if it actually touches the different objects. So you can see here when we compare with the sofa, there is a bit of a gap when I zoom in. You can see if I zoom in here. So it doesn't quite have a full spatial understanding of where the sofa is relative to the carpet. It's a little bit of error here. But at least in terms of the flatness rating, I would say the flatness did a pretty good job. You can see that it's pretty flat, a little bumpy. You can see there's kind of a thickness to this carpet, but overall, I would say it's not too bad. And just as another example, let's go ahead and get a wall here. So this will really tell us the perpendicularity between the wall and the floor. So let's go ahead and generate that wall. So if it does a good job, it should be pretty perpendicular to the carpet that we just rendered. So if we look here, seems to be a slight angle. So if I try to zoom in, you can see when I try to view the floor from a very flat view, you can see it's slightly tilted. And if I view it from here, you can even see a better view. Okay, so here it's kind of hard to pan this, but you could kind of see right here. I would say the flatness is not too bad. You could kind of tell it's perpendicular. So overall, I would say it's not too bad. But let's go ahead and take a look at some other cases, how it works with human bodies. So this right here is an example of someone playing soccer. And what you'll notice is that this person's hand, part of it is actually blocked, and some of the angle for the leg is at a very weird angle, which is usually cases where pose estimation models could have a hard time figuring out the poses. But you can see it was able to make some prediction for the hand here. You can see that even though we don't have any way to verify if this hand pose was correct, but I would say it's a pretty natural hand position to be in. And in terms of the leg, you can see it's quite accurate in terms of how it predicted the two leg positions. And overall, the head and the two arm positions, they all seem to be very accurate in terms of how we're seeing the human body poses in this image here. So here we go, another very challenging case. We can see there's 4 people sitting at a table and a lot of occlusion is happening. So I'm very curious how it can figure out the poses for all 4 people here. I mean, for us, naturally, it's pretty easy to guess, but for a model, you can see it technically would be a difficult task, but this model was very capable in figuring it out. You can see if we look at most of the people that we see here, their feet are very close together. You could tell there's one more person in the back. They also predicted their feet to be close together, but from the image, you could see that even I could barely see this person's feet, but it was able to make that prediction. So it was also able to predict the poses of the hand. So again, these are probably very rough guesses, probably because they are sitting at a computer table, so the natural hand position is somewhere close by, as if they're holding a phone or typing with a keyboard. But overall, you can see that the general location, though, of the 4 people is quite accurate. The first 2 is further apart, and the one in the back are closer together. And the relative heights are also very accurate too. You can see the guy on the left is taller than the guy on the right, and the one in the back, the person on the right, is a little bit taller. So overall, the general shape and poses of the legs, from what we can see, we can confirm they're pretty accurate. The relative heights are pretty accurate. So I would say if you want to use this for any pose estimation, this would be a pretty good model as well. So right here is their repo. It's called SAM 3D Objects. There's also the SAM 3D Body that we kind of talked about just then. You could go ahead and look it up. You can see here to get it up and running is quite simple. It's just a few lines of code, then you could test out their inference. All right, if you found this video helpful, give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.